Flagler County, Bob Pickering here at the Emergency Operations Center with the latest Flagler weather update. Just a reminder, I'm not a meteorologist. All the weather information I present originates from the National Weather Service. Folks, please bear with my raspy voice. I'm getting over an illness, so let's go ahead and move forward. We're going to talk about Tropical Cyclone Florence. Again, the main thing I want to say with Florence is there's only 2 maps to watch. So if you're cruising around the internet and you see all kinds of weather blogs and speculation, the 2 maps to watch is this one here with the wind probabilities, this one here with the cone of error. Both of them can be found on the only official site for hurricane information on the internet is hurricanes.gov. That's where all of the forecasts come from. Let's go and take a closer look at Tropical Cyclone Florence. As of 11 o'clock on Friday, it's a tropical storm, but it's forecast to intensify as it moves further off to the west-northwest and be somewhere in this cone of error in the next 5 days. Again, we don't know where it's going to go beyond that cone of error, but this is where we're looking at right now, somewhere here in the next 5 days. Because of that, the wind probabilities of this tropical cyclone have been expanded further off to the east. Flagler County is still remaining outside of the tropical storm force wind probabilities, at least as of Friday. Now, as this system moves further off to the east, we might see these wind probabilities increase here in Flagler County. It does not mean that we're going to experience those kind of winds here. It just means that the chances of them will slowly start creeping upwards. But we will have to look and see where the higher chances set up, and that could be anywhere on the east coast of the United States. Matter of fact, the best signals right now are somewhere in the mid-Atlantic coast or somewhere up to there, but again, that can change. Just don't get set watching one model. Remember, the models change every 6 hours, so this is an evolving situation we have to kind of pay attention to. But again, the signals are right now the higher chances of tropical storm force winds or even hurricane force winds are going to be north of Flagler County. So the bottom line of this is there's no way to know the exact path of this tropical cyclone beyond that 5-day forecast cone. So we want to be watching that. No direct impacts are expected at this point in time. However, rip currents and swells will be the primary concern locally, and a coastal flood advisory is up for Flagler County. Now, that's more due to the onshore wind flow we've been experiencing and the king tides, that combination, and that might result in some nuisance flooding in some of those really low-lying areas along the Intercoastal Waterway. Some of the lower beach approaches might see a little bit overwashing at times of high tide. There might be some beach erosion, but really nothing to worry about. Just those areas that typically flood when we get a really high tide in the Intercoastal will probably see some flooding. But again, the main thing is going to be the rip currents along the beaches. Again, though, do stay up to date as things can change. Let's go ahead and take a look what else is going on in the tropics. We have potential Tropical Cyclone 8 just got underway as of 11 o'clock this morning. It's 4,000 miles away. We've got plenty of time to watch that one. No concerns for us here in Flagler County. Elsewhere in the tropics, we have another disturbance in the mid-tropical Atlantic, about 3,000 miles away, has a high chance of development over the next 4 or 5 days. Matter of fact, it might even become a tropical depression in the next day or so, but this one is also very far away, 3,000 miles away. Still no local concerns with that one, just the same. But we are in the hurricane season, so know your evacuation zone. Be prepared. That's a good message no matter what's going on in the tropics. FlaglerCounty.org/emergencies where you want to go to get all of your preparedness advice. So let's go and take a look at our local weather. We've been in this onshore wind flow. We've been seeing the little showers and thunderstorms blowing in from the ocean at any time of the day or night. Sometimes it's been at night, sometimes it's been in the middle of the day, sometimes it's been in the morning. And that's going to stay with us through Saturday. But then as we get to Sunday, the steering flow is going to get really, really weak and be a very slight flow from the southwest to the northeast, but the sea breezes will generally push most of the thunderstorms in the middle part of the state as we get in early next week, and there might be a bit of a drift back towards the east coast. So that's going to kind of increase our chances of seeing the showers and storms chiefly in the afternoons as we go through the next, the first part of next week. So again, a quick look at how the weather's going to play out here in Flagler County. Daily showers and storms can be expected. They can pop up at any time through Saturday. They're going to look like going to be shifting more to the afternoon and evenings with them on Sunday and Monday. And any storm that develops can produce torrential downpours, squally winds, and dangerous cloud to ground lightning. So let's take a look at our forecast now. Through Saturday, hit or miss showers and storms can pop up at any time, blowing in from the ocean. High temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, lows in the mid 70s at night. Of course, cooler at the beaches during the daytime, a little bit warmer at the coast at night. Now, as we go into Sunday, a little bit more scattered to maybe numerous showers and thunderstorms. The best chances in the afternoon. You might see better chances of them west of Bunnell, but they could push back towards the beaches in the afternoon or evening. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 70s. And Monday through Tuesday, daily showers and storms can be expected mostly in the afternoon. The best chances west of Bunnell, but they could push towards the coast. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 70s. And the outlook, a good chance of showers and storms each day. Again, the better chances west of Bunnell, west of US 1, but they could come towards the coast in the latter part of the afternoon. Each day is going to be a little bit different. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 70s. You see no mentions of any tropical storm force winds because we're not expecting that at this point in time. At the beaches, surf will be increasing dramatically, 3 to 5 feet, and will be increasing further than that possibly. Surf temperature about 82 degrees. Rip current risk is elevated. Expect the rip current risk to go up to high. Dangerous rip currents will be out there, folks. So really, when the ocean gets rough, you don't really need to be out there in that. UV index, very high. So, folks, weather's always changing, so stay informed. Go to flaglercounty.org or hover the mouse over webcams of weather and get the latest from the National Weather Service. Sign up for Alert Flagler while you are there so you get notified of any potential hazardous storms should they develop. If you have a weather radio, break it out, make sure it's working. It's a great resource for local weather as well as tropical weather. And remember, the only official source on the internet for tropical weather updates from the National Weather Service is hurricanes.gov. That is where all the forecasts originate from. That's where I encourage all of you to get your latest updates on what's going on with Florence and other things in the tropics is hurricanes.gov. That's going to wrap things up from the Emergency Operations Center. Everyone have a wonderful weekend.